Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at my first ever Plunderlong. Now, I've had some Plunderlings, I've had the Plunderstrong, but I have not got around to getting a Plunderling. In last week, I was at Sergeant Red's. Check them out if you're in the Detroit area. And they had a whole bunch. Actually, I sat there going back and forth, and which one I wanted to get. And I let Miss Olivia decide which one that I was going to get. So this is the Cursed Cayo right here. You can see them. Again, we're going to take a look at this. I don't think the parts are interchangeable like the hats and everything between the Plunderlongs and the Plunderstrongs, but I know they have the Plunder Frogs coming out, and I believe the Plunder Beaks, something like that. So I'll be interested to see if that Kickstarter happens and when they get out. But these things are a lot of fun. I've talked about it before. The Plunderlings, the ones that I do have, they're really cute. They're fun. It's a toy to play with. I don't need to have a whole story. I can use it in any diorama. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this guy, and we're going to go through everything on him. It really shouldn't take all that long. But let's get into this. But if you like this type of stuff, you like when I drop a Plunderlings video, that's the whole brand, Plunderstrong, Plunderlong, because he's long, and Plunderlings. Please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop something like this. Alright, so I have the box out because there is a specific reason. Now, first off, this is what I really love. You see the Plunderlong on the inside there. And then if you look through the box, they have this little writing here, and it says, and this is on all of them, it says, these toys were constructed and hand-painted with great care. Please carefully loosen the joints after unboxing. You may need to apply heat with a hairdryer. We hope playing with these brings you the same joy and happiness we felt while creating them. We are extremely grateful to the fans that brought this project to life. For more information, visit Plunderlings.com. I just like the fact that they give you like this little blurb, you know, enjoy your toys. They're supposed to be fun. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that they don't want to have fun. I don't even know why they're in this hobby, to be 100% honest. And again, I don't believe that you should just be, you know, happy-go-lucky all the time. So, quickly, I'm going to show you why I have the box out. And that is because with every single box, they give you these ears. Alright? And as you can kind of see, he has ears. So, you can take the little ears, get your little fold, and they slide right in here. It gives you incentive to keep your box. Where'd the other ear go? I know there's another ear somewhere around here. Oh, it's on the floor. So, just remember that if you get any of these, they do have these little ears. And whether or not you keep it or not, if you do any videos, you kind of want to have it there. It's just fun, right? That's what toys are supposed to be, fun. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this figure, everything that he comes with. I have one of my Plunderlings, actually my first Plunderling that I ever got, and it made me say, hey, you know what? I'm willing to invest in a few more of these. So, all right, his accessories that he does come with. So he comes with 2 extra hands, and you can look there, you can see the nice painted fingernails. They're nice and black. There's no other paint on it, no wash, and that's fine. 3 fingers, 1 thumb. Again, these are not humans, so it is okay. This is going to move up and down, and a lot of these I have had to heat up, so you just have to be very careful. We're going to try not to heat them up, and we'll see how that goes. And then we get the other one right here. Same thing. We get the black fingernails, painted pretty nicely. It looks like they may have missed a small little part there, but I don't think you're going to notice so much. All right, nice texture to it. Here we have his cane, and it's already crooked, and I do believe this is how it's supposed to be. It is flexible that I can move it, so maybe it's not. Hard to tell, because it seems to go right back to where it was there. But anyway, looking at it here, it's this nice constructed wood. You can see all the ripples through it, all the wrinkles. Again, just like a regular piece of wood would be. It's got a little piece going around, nice silver. And then you have the wrap going all the way down. And again, it's painted real nice. And then you get down here to another little silver hook. And then you can kind of see where it was either broken or cut off. But again, all the bark or the beat up bark, anything that's through the wood looks really good. It's not just plain. And I really like the brown. It gives off a better tone of, you know, wood. All right, so here we have his spear. And this looks like a crab. I say crab leg, not really crab leg. It's a crab claw, I think, or something like that. So it's on this stick here. It's not too pointy. It's not going to hurt anyone if you let a kid play with it. It's got some little dots on it, and it does have a nice wash. So it starts off purple, and then it goes into this blue. You're going to have this nice wrap around it. It's obviously holding it down. You can see where there's a little bit of paint that kind of scuffed, and if these are hand painted, I guess that kind of makes sense, but I guess you always want something to be not have any marks, but it is hard in this day and age, but it's not too bad. It's not like it's going to stand out and you're going to be like, I can't believe it, they did that. Here we have the shaft of it, and it goes into where it's got another little handle and all the way down. And again, this looks really good. You can see it's not just a nice smooth stick. I thought they did a really nice job with this, and again, I think they did a nice job with everything so far. We have his hat, which looks like an old beehive. It is pretty pliable. All right, and I believe it goes either way. So you can actually, oh, you know what? This actually goes over his ears. Goes over his ears, and it goes all the way over his head, as we could actually see on the back of the box right there. So on the inside of this, it has a magnet. What is really cool about all of these is they use magnets to hold everything on. And this is, I think every single hat from Hasbro should use those magnets. It looks awesome. It holds on that well. Like I said, you can see I can just pull them straight up like that without a problem. All right. But looking at this beehive, it looks pretty good. Like I said, it is very pliable, so you're not going to have to worry about getting on its head. But there is texture all through it, and it is this really unique looking pink. All right. Here we have the two different head sculpts. So he has kind of a gritting, he's gritting his teeth right there. You got the nice mustache going around, which actually looks good. And then he has the big goatee. His eyes just have a little mark right there. This one looks like he's kind of angry or even possibly scared. Smooth bald head for the most part. It's got a little mark right there, which I'm going to assume will be on... Oh, I guess it's not on all of them. Usually stuff like this, they'll mark it on all of them, but maybe that's just a mistake there. It's got a little cut out of the ear, two cuts out of this ear. And again, it should just pop right in. You can see the magnet right there also. With this head sculpt, he has a more of an open mouth. So this one here, he is gritting his teeth. This one, his teeth are more open. He looks more surprised than anything. Again, nice mustache. And the mustaches are actually different. This one is curled up. This one, not so much. Same ear cuts. And then it looks like from the bottom, the goatee is the exact same. Eyes and head look the same, other than that little mark right there. So maybe that wasn't supposed to be there. And the ears are actually plugged in because they use different sets of ears. I know they did that with the Plunderlings because they changed them up. So this is one way that they can use the same head sculpt and interchange things. So I'm assuming that mustache is also interchangeable, but it is glued on. And now we get to the actual figure. And with this one here, he just has his little teeth sticking out the bottom. He looks more like he's wondering about something. Alright, but we get up here. We can take a look at the ears. Again, two notches here, one notch over here. So all the heads are the exact same. I'm willing to bet that if I get some more of these, we're going to see a difference between them. Nice blue, like a Smurf. It does kind of move, kind of, I don't say falls down, but it's kind of jerky, but not in a bad way. But again, if it's only using that magnet right down there, Actually, the magnet is for the top. I'll take that back. That magnet, that is how they plug it through, so it magnetizes up through the top right there. And we're going to mess with this head there. And they're all like little accessory packs. So anyway, we're looking at this. It's got one of these similar mustaches. I think it's this mustache right here. So you have the same mustache, different mouth. Eyes look the same, but that mouth really changes everything. Alright, going down here, he has a little chest. You can see his ab crunch right there. He's got some nice muscularity. His hands look very similar to the Plunderlings. I'm wondering if they're the exact same. I guess we can kind of look at this guy. So here's your open hand on both sides. So I'm going to say that they use the exact same hands. It actually makes a lot of sense because it's a smaller company trying to get as much out of their molds as possible. Alright, but you have nice detail in the arm right there. Real big forearm, so you know what he's been doing. He's got the little rope belt here, and then he has his Hulk smash ripped pants right there. Alright, then he has this little Scooty Booty. Anyone that's ever watched the Teen Titans Go, you'll know what I'm talking about. Going down, he's just got some big old thick calves, and then he's got the 3 toes. So they have 4 fingers, 3 toes. They do have the hole if you need to use a stand. Again, big feet. I'm not really sure that you need a stand for anything like that. A matter of fact, looking here, it looks like they use the exact same feet. Obviously, the legs are different because they're longer. It looks like the forearms are the same. The biceps are different. All right, that's where you get the length. And obviously, the torso is going to be somewhat different. And I'm wondering if the torso... It looks like the chest may actually be the same. So I think the chest is actually the same. But you're going to have the abs, which are going to be longer. You got longer legs. Same calves. Now this guy's different because he has that right there. But a lot of reuse in parts, but that's fine. We'll deal with it. This is a fun toy in my personal opinion. So looking at his head here, he can look up. And he can only look down so far because he definitely has that beard right there. And he can look side to side. He can kind of twist his head back and forth. Obviously look up that way. Again, I have not heated this figure at all. So, there you go with the arms. They twist. He twists just like an O-ring at the shoulder, but it looks like he also has a bicep swivel right there. He has a single joints here, but no pins, which is actually pretty nice. Alright, and they go up to about 90 degrees. As you can see, I'm not heating anything up, so I'm not really having an issue. This one actually goes a little bit over 90. Looks like this one should go, if it's twisted in the right way, just over 90 right there. The wrists are going to swivel. They go in, and they go out. This one swivels in and out. The ab crunch, he can go down that far and then come up. Matter of fact, he has an ab crunch. This is actually kind of weird. He has an ab crunch and at the same token, a diaphragm cut. So you have the diaphragm cut that's right there, but the ab crunch that allows him to go all the way down. That's actually pretty unique. So he can kind of shift back and forth. So he also twists at the waist too. That's actually a lot of articulation put into this section. I'm not sure if you would actually need the waist when you can just turn right there, but hey, you know what? Maybe you want him bending down like that. All right, as for his hips, there's his Jean-Claude Van Damme. Not very good. No drop down hips, thigh swivel. Look at that little pop. Knees, pinned joints. All right. Now this is where I had some issues, if I remember correctly. Actually, I know because my daughter just got one, and I had to break it up there by heating it up. the leg. So maybe because these are longer, I don't have the same problem as I did with the smaller ones. All right, and then you have your ankle rocker. It moves up and down. All right, so there is the actual figure. Now let's pop off the head. And we got a nice little ball joint right there. Again, I don't know what I was really thinking. That metal is what goes through the head. I've done these before, but it's been a while since I've actually messed around with one. So I kind of want to have this one on them. You see how easily his head pops on. It will, but I'll tell you what, that mustache is kind of digging into my fingers. So I might have to heat up the head just to make sure this thing goes on. But we'll give it another quick go before I stop the camera. I can be kind of stubborn here. See, what the problem is that the neck peg keeps folding down like it's supposed to. There we go. I would suggest heating this up. Now it's like super tight. So I'm going to have to go heat it up no matter what. Because I can't really turn it and I feel like it's going to break. So heat it up, heat up all the heads, and then twist them just so we can make sure. You don't want to break this. Let's be honest. This was $30. I think that is no, was it 35 MSRP. The small ones are going to be 30. So, yeah, so the hands, we're going to kind of do the same thing. Popped right out. I don't think I'm going to have an issue getting the hands to pop in there again. Those pop in nicely. So, basically, I think the only problem that I'm having is the ball joint is just as large as the hole right there. So once we heat this up, it should be fine. And again, you can use the blow dryer method or you can use the hot water. I prefer the hot water. That's what I always do, if possible, just because it heats the whole figure up. But again, with this, all we're going to be doing is heating up the head. That's all you need to. But my dumb ass forced that thing on there. All right. So, because it comes with two different pieces like this, we got the cane. So kind of have him walking with the cane, possibly. Open up that hand. Doesn't really matter which way you get it to go. So he's an old man walking with the cane, but let's be honest, he has his little spear, because all in all, he is some sort of warrior, or not. And maybe he's just fishing, right? All right. As for this piece here, see the way that it's wrapped around. You can see it looks like that's where the nose is going to go. So this thing is going to pop right on down. Now, one like this, it doesn't really matter. I don't think you need the magnet on this. So it covers his eyes. So as he's walking, he can't really see. I don't know the purpose of him not being able to see. Must be some sort of elder. Who knows? All right. So there's your Plunderling. Right next to it, you can see the different size. Now, I don't think that these hats are universal, which is disappointing. They have two completely different size heads, and the ears get in the way. Actually, his head is way bigger. Wow, look at that. That doesn't fit at all. So anyway, that's your Plunderstrong right there. Or I'm sorry, your Plunderlong. I feel better about this guy than the... There it is. After it sat on there for a while, it has kind of broke it in, kind of opened up that. But just be careful. I would suggest going and heat it. I'll definitely heat it to get this thing off if I want to switch up the heads. But again, I like to show you what it is that you're getting into when you first get it. Is it something that you really need to change? Is that what you want to do? Like I said, I believe with this guy, I also had to heat him up, but Olivia, my daughter, she just got one, and the knee right here was very difficult. I don't think she swapped out the heads. I gotta ask her. No, we didn't swap out the heads, I don't think. So, might be just something that, like I said, if you get one of these, just be on the safe side, because last thing you want to do is ruin your brand new little toy. Alright, so there you go. That's my first Plunderstrong. And I went and heated up the head. So I swapped out the head. I put the scared or gritting face. And while I was trying to get the head back on, I pushed up too much and both arms blew off. So the arms do come off fairly easy. So you can swap them. I'm assuming you can go ahead and swap out the Plunderlings. Maybe make some with smaller arms. I'm sure the legs, the feet, and everything, if you look at them, just be very careful when you do stuff like that. Maybe you want to make a Plunderling with very long arms. Again, it's all up to you. But anyway, these are actually a lot of fun. I will say this. I feel better about this one than the Plunderstrong that I got. As much as I wanted the Plunderstrong, and I had the choice to get these two over a year ago, I was disappointed. I felt Plunderstrong was very loose, as much as I love the Plunderlings, so I was a little hesitant to get these, but then again, when you're at a shop and you see it, that makes it a little bit easier to go with that decision of what you want to do. And I tried it, and I'm actually pretty happy. I could see myself getting a couple more of these. I don't know how many of these I need, but they are fun just to do some other types of pictures with. Maybe throw them in with some Marvel Legends, your Mythic Legions, or anything like that. Again, just a lot of fun. But anyway, I think I've given you enough time, or maybe I've given you too much time and you're like, I don't care about these anymore. Well, I fully get it. So anyway, there you go. But thank you for watching. If you stayed this long, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop one of these. Now I'm going to take off, and I know I've said enough about the Plunderlings and the Plunderstrong, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to the Plunderstrong video, which I wasn't too happy with. And down here, I'm going to leave the playlist of all the Plunderlings that I've done. Take care.